So you're a creator, and you've got an idea for a book. That's awesome. But I gotta tell you, the old maps for getting published, they're not just outdated, they're useless. Today we're gonna draw a new map, using insights from Kevin Kelly, who's seen it all, from huge New York publishers to running his own massive Kickstarter campaigns. And we're starting with this, because it really sets the stage. The old way of doing things, the system that ran for a century, it's done. The entire landscape has shifted under our feet.
So here's our game plan. We're going to see why the old system collapsed. Then we'll walk through the two big paths you can take today, traditional versus self-publishing. After that, we'll get into the nitty-gritty of actually making and selling your book, no matter which path you choose.
All right, first things first. The old map is gone. And really, this whole section, it boils down to one single absolutely crucial new rule. Owning your audience is everything.
Okay, check this out, because this is the key to the whole thing. For 100 years, publishers didn't sell books to people. They sold books to bookstores. They never actually knew their customers. And now that bookstores are fading away, that whole model is just falling apart. And that leaves this huge opening for you, the creator, to build the direct relationship they never could.
And that's why this has become the single most important question in publishing. It's the first thing they'll ask you. Do you have an audience? See, they don't have that guaranteed path to readers anymore, so now they need you to bring the audience with you. That one little question completely flips the power dynamic.
So with that in mind, let's look at our first option, the traditional publishing path. You know, the old promise was simple. You do the creating, they do the selling. But is that really how it works anymore?
Now the appeal is obvious, right? You get a whole team of pros to handle the tough stuff, the editing, the cover design, getting it into stores. It lets you just focus on the writing. And maybe the best part, you get paid in advance. That's money in your pocket before the book's even out. But here's the catch. You give up a ton of control. They can change your title, pick a cover you hate, even change the text. The whole process is also incredibly slow because you're just one small part of their giant schedule, and you're signing over the rights to your work.
Let's break down that word advance for a second. The best way to think of it is like a loan against your book's future sales. The publisher gives you money up front, but then they keep every dollar from sales until that loan is paid back. And honestly, most authors never earn out, which means that advance is the only money they ever see from the book.
Now, here's a little inside baseball. You want the biggest advance you can possibly get, not just for the money, but because it makes the publisher invest in you. When they give you a big check, they have more skin in the game. They're going to put their marketing dollars behind your book because they need to make their money back.
Okay, so that's one path. Let's look at the other major route, this self-publishing path. This one is all about taking back that control we just talked about. It's about owning your audience and your work from start to finish.
The whole philosophy of successful self-publishing can pretty much be built around this one number, 1,000. This is Kevin Kelly's famous 1,000 true fans idea. It's simple, really. You don't need millions of fans. You just need about 1,000 true fans, people who will buy anything you create, and you can make a living. And crowdfunding sites like Kickstarter are basically how you put this theory into action. Your true fans literally become your publisher. They pay you upfront to make the book, you get to keep almost all the money, and, this is the most important part, you get their contact info. You own that list for everything you do next. But, and this is a big but, don't think it's easy. Running one of these campaigns is an all-consuming, full-time job for at least a month. You have to be a marketer, a salesperson, everything. And the part nobody tells you about? Fulfillment. The actual packing and shipping of hundreds or thousands of books. It is often the hardest, most grueling part of the entire thing. All right, so you've chosen a path. You've raised the money. Now what? Let's get into section 4. How do you actually get this thing made and into people's hands? You basically have 3 main ways to go. Batch printing is the old school way. You print thousands of copies. It gets you the best quality and the lowest price per book. Then there's on demand, which is zero risk. A book only gets printed when somebody actually buys it. And of course, there's digital, which is the easiest of all. No printing, no shipping, no problem. And in that on-demand world, there are a few big players. If you're doing a beautiful, full-color photo book, Blurb is probably your best bet. If you want to keep that precious customer list, Lulu is great for that. Amazon's KDP has incredible logistics. I mean, it's Amazon, but you give up that direct connection to your audience. And if you dream of seeing your book in a local bookstore, Ingram Spark is the way to do it. Okay, this brings us to our final and, I think, most important section,
promotion. This isn't something you think about at the end. It's a full-time job, and it's the one thing every single creator has to face, no matter how you publish.
I want you to really let this number sink in. 50%. Whether you self-publish or you sign with the biggest publisher in New York, you should expect to spend half of your total energy on selling your book. Promotion is the job.
And let's just bust a huge myth right now. Kickstarter is not a magical place where audiences are waiting to discover you. It's a tool. It's a destination. You have to build your crowd somewhere else and then bring them with you to the campaign.
The old playbook is dead. The fancy publisher-funded book tour is a thing of the past. Today, it's all about the ground game. It means you say yes to every single podcast interview, big or small. You show up in communities like Book Talk. You build that direct line to your fans with a newsletter. You create your own events. You connect.
So let's wrap this all up into a clear set of steps. A decision tree. Yeah, it starts with your idea. But look at step 2. You have to cultivate your audience first, before you even have a book to sell. Only then do you pick a path, figure out how to make it, and then you commit to spending at least half your time getting the word out.
And here is one final really important piece of advice. Not every idea needs to be a book, at least not right away. Test it, write about it in a newsletter or a series of blog posts. See if people connect with it. See if an audience gathers around the idea before you decide to pour years of your life into it.
The world has changed. The power and the responsibility is now with you, the creator. The old map is gone, but there are all these new, exciting paths opening up. So the only question left is, what story is your path going to tell?